Dave signed us up for this really cool tour in a cave. We had to pass the test first.
All right, so you have to be able to fit through this block in order to do the tour. So let's see how Lisa goes.
Hold on.
I was going to do the same thing the backwards way. I think is a smart way. Because you can push off easier.
Should have put my arms through first. I can't.
What are you getting stuck on? Oh, just your arm was stuck. Okay.
My belt buckle is stuck.
Oh, really?
Is there really a hole this big?
Yeah.
In there?
It's probably easier to get through in there than it is to get through this. That's my bet. You can do it. Keep going. Suck it in.
I can't get my arm out to pull. Hold on. Hold on, my belt buckle is stuck.
Yeah, you might want to leave the belt behind then. You don't want it getting stuck. Yeah, get the other arm out, that's good. Everything looks to fit. It's alright. You're good. Keep going. You can't push with your feet, huh?
When I push with my feet, it causes all my muscles to get bigger. And
Oh, okay.
it's like a Chinese handcuff.
You're almost through.
She said that he gives you.
There you go. Now you're through.
He said that he will give you. Oh, my pelvis, man. This is why it takes 4 hours.
Yeah.
5 people have to go through the whole like this.
You almost made it. There you go. That's it. Ta-da! Good job. I wonder if it'll be easier the second time to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. You gotta empty all the. You don't think you can go?
I get stuck right at the chest.
Unfortunately, Dave wasn't able to go on the tour because he couldn't fit through the block. And I still think he was more equipped to handle the cave tour than I was. But such is life. You get really, really dirty on this tour because of the manganese deposits, and they do not come out of the clothes. This was such a cool tour. We started in the elevator and went into the big room, and we were supposed to go all the way to the end and then loop around. But I mentioned to the tour guide that my arthritis in my knees was starting to act up, and she did not feel comfortable taking me through the rest of the tour. So we just went back the way we came instead of completing the full circle. So my apologies to the other people in the tour who had to stop early. and I got these wonderful bruises the next day, but it was worth it. And while Dave waited the 4 hours for my tour to be over, he was delighted to have this cool thing happen to him while he was driving down the road. A herd of these sheep, or whatever they are. How cool. Don't go away yet. Ranger Dan has some really cool information you might enjoy.
Well, on behalf of Jewel Cave National Monument, the National Park Service, I'd like to welcome you all here today. My name is Ranger Dan, and I will be your guide for our scenic tour adventure. Jewel Cave is quite a bit different from many other caves in the world. In fact, a lot of caves that people go into, you expect to see stalactites, stalagmites, flowstone, formations of that sort, but those are not the primary formations that we have down here. The big formation, what we're going to be seeing a lot of on this tour, is calcite crystal, the jewels of Jewel Cave. And those calcite crystals cover about 80 to 90% of the walls down there. Okay, let's go check out that cave. Welcome to Jewel Cave. Now, with 143 miles of passage, that makes Jewel Cave one of the world's largest caves. In fact, this is the world's second longest cave system that we are standing in right now. And these are actually solid rock formations formed when one single water drip drips off of the ceiling. And as that drips off, it leaves behind a deposit of calcite, of limestone. And that calcite builds up to form stalactites. Back off the end of the platform over there where I turned the lights on a moment ago kind of looks like caramel or peanut butter flowing over the rock. That stuff is called flowstone. And flowstone is formed almost like stalactites and stalagmites, only the water trickles over the rock very, very slowly, leaving behind a deposit of calcite as it goes. Solid rock, just like everything else. So how does one go about exploring or discovering something like this? Well, the discovery of Jewel Cave happened more than 100 years ago, back in 1900. It was found by two brothers, two cowboys. Their names were Frank and Albert Michaud. Now, the Michaud brothers one day were riding their horses down in a canyon a mile away from here when they heard kind of a strange noise, like a whistling or a howling sort of a noise. They jumped off their horses to see what that might be, and what they found was a 14-inch opening in the canyon wall with air blasting out of it, causing that noise that they had heard. Now, when they first crawled in through that opening, the very first thing those brothers saw down here were thousands upon thousands of glittering specks in the darkness. Those glittering specks turned out to be calcite crystals, the jewels of Jewel Cave.